Right, buddy, Paul Scholes has had some interesting comments on LENY YORO. I want to go through them, what he actually said, and giving you my thoughts on it now. Listen, Paul Scholes has talked about a lot, and the overall media has talked and criticised a lot of current Manchester United players, but the latest one has come on LENY YORO. He said he doesn't really think too much of LENY YORO. He's not really been impressed by him. He was then asked a question about De Ligt, saying that, oh, do you think Manchester United can win the league with De Ligt? He said, and De Ligt and YORO as the centre-back partnership. He said, no, he doesn't think that they can. He said, you're talking about Manchester United winning a Premier League. Can you do it with De Ligt and Maguire? I'm sorry, De Ligt and YORO. He said no. Now, interesting question. No question was asked about Harry Maguire. Again, the British press really targeting foreign players, and you can see it there again. Now, with YORO, I think what he's shown so far immediately in his United career has been positive. He's still a young player. He had a big injury when he first came in, and I think to go in on a young player, he's only 19, he's just come to a new league, he's settling in, doesn't really make any sense. I know he's had a few shaky moments against Tottenham. He's had a few against Southampton was the obvious one. He has had some difficult moments, but you look at as a whole, he's had some very positive sparks. And I think for me, to go in on a young player, as I said, who's talented, he's up and coming, he's supposed to be one of the best young talents in world football, especially in the back, has been regarded as like that Varane replacement. I think to criticise him makes no sense. And I think for YORO, he's a young player. And also on De Ligt, I mean, there's been a lot of criticism on him, from Grove Souness mainly. I think it was Paul Scholes again talking about him. Listen, Paul Scholes is one of the most decorated players for Manchester United and in the Premier League. I mean, 13 Premier Leagues, I believe he won, or 11, something like that. Numerous Champions League, so he obviously does know the game very well. I think sometimes the media, and especially pundits, do kind of say some outlandish things, but I think on YORO, there's certainly a player there. As I said, he's going to be prone to criticism soon as he does have a few ropey games, but you see there's a lot of hope and prospect with someone like LENY YORO. And I think, listen, it's not going to help him seeing these sorts of stuff. He did say, I did watch that interview he did with Rio Ferdinand, he said he doesn't really look at that sort of stuff. He's more focused on the game, which is ultimately positive. But it is very frustrating to see these players being criticised. And I understand, listen, Paul Scholes has every right to say his opinion, especially on the overlap, but it would be, for me, a huge concern when he is criticising your young and up-and-coming talent. And I think, personally, for me, that's not how I would go about it. Yes, ultimately, you can have your opinion. But listen, you look at some of the games YORO's had so far, he's made some very good, important tackles, and he's had some very good games. I thought Arsenal away, he stepped up, took that penalty when he came on, was fantastic. Anfield, he made that tackle. Again, like, he's had some good moments. And when you start, listen, as I said, it's always tough coming into a new league. But now with Martinez out, there's going to be more pressure and impetus on him to kind of do well, and I'm hoping he can live up to that, because ultimately you want to see him succeed and you want to see him do very well at Manchester United. He came in for a lot of money, £62 million. He battled off Real Madrid for his signing. I'm very excited to see. I think this comment is, listen, there is an element of truth. He hasn't proven it yet because he's only been at the club a couple of months and he has had a big injury and hasn't played many games. But I think for me, you just have to let these sort of signings settle. He's a young player adapting to a new league, one of the toughest league for me in world football, the best league in world football. And I think just to give him that sort of confidence boost would be absolutely fantastic at the moment. But again, a lot of these players do need to be criticised, but I don't think LENY YORO is certainly one of them. I think there's some players this season who haven't done good enough that have got away with it. I thought Bruno at times, yes, he's had some good moments. Højlund, Mainu, like, I think YORO, like, he's played games here and there, and in the games he had played, he has been pretty good. So I think it doesn't make any sense to see why one of the best players, one of the best English midfielders, would go in on LENY YORO. But let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Comment, subscribe if you're new. That has been the latest on Manchester United. And ultimately, I want to say, was Paul Scholes right? Is he right about LENY YORO? Because I don't think he is. Personally, I think it's a load of nonsense at this current moment, and I think you just have to give a young player, a player like YORO, time. Thanks for watching.